Be for long. Oh, I'm out of focus. Alrighty. Hey, Liesel. Nice to see you in the chat. So, let's get started. Hey, fellow artists. Welcome to the 9th Psycheopera Creators Live, where I showcase fellow builders of musical instruments and their work, whether it's rustic cigar box guitars, traditional flutes, trash bin percussion, synthesizers, software instruments, DIY, MIDI controllers, or classical guitars made by master luthiers. If it's made by humans in a workshop and not by machines in a factory, then I want to talk about it. Today's special guest is Albert from Musical Saw Now, which is a brand new YouTube channel. We can give it a head start by giving it a sub. So please go to the link in the video description box and give Albert a sub. Albert builds musical saws and bows, but as you'll learn, his saws are quite different from the musical saws already on the market. So without any further ado, let's bring in Albert. Here we go. Hi, sir. How are you? Welcome to Psycheopera Live.
I'm not seeing myself.
You're not seeing yourself?
No. I'm watching the YouTube channel. Oh, there he is. What a handsome guy.
YouTube is on a delay, Albert. So just keep that in mind.
All right. Now I'm starting to see. Well, yeah, that's a little delay.
Marinus, welcome. Welcome.
Okay, who we got in the chat? There's Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Thank you for showing up. Dr. Lawrence. We have Marinus Mercin. All right. Got some people tuned in. So you're hearing me okay and all that?
Yep. You're live. We're hearing you.
All right. Well, let's start off with a little saw playing, you know.
All right.
Here's what we're all about. We're hitting the hardware store saw with a homemade bow.
All righty.
Now, most people would buy a cello bow and use that. Okay, but cello bows are expensive and they're fragile, you know, and you have to constantly loosen them and tighten them up. When you're done playing, you loosen them and you put them away. In fact, I remember, what's Mike's last name? You're one of your biggest supporters,
Mike Gorley.
Mike Gorley. He was on a live stream of yours, and he was hitting some kind of an instrument with his own cello bow, or it might have been a violin bow, but it started fraying right there on screen. It started, the hairs started.
They do that. They do that.
I hate cello bows. So anyway, this is my first bow ever. I'm going to switch to the different screen, but I'll come back and I'll try to grab the chat if there's any questions. Okay, but let me just, yeah, this is better like this. So this was my original bow that I made. I started in with the saw about 8 years ago. I'm having trouble getting, there we go. Now you can see how it's kind of rustic. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even really finish it. That's a plastic zip tie right here that I never even covered up. On the back side, I did. Like, I put a little copper wire there. I'm having trouble with the camera, like, you know, getting it in the right spot. But there's a little copper wire over the plastic zip tie, you know, and that's my bow. It's made out of fishing line. Okay, and this is an old golf club, right? And so I put this wing nut on over here, and once you wrap the fishing line around and you get enough on there, then I pinch it with a zip tie and try to put a little metal over it, and I tighten it down to where it can't get any tighter. And this bow has been working just fine for like 8 years.
Wow.
I I have to like kind of put tension on it to make sure it doesn't twist, to know that it's fully taut, you know,
Okay.
tightened down as much as it'll go. And keep in mind also, these bows are not dangerous. This is fully taut right now, right? But if you happen to say cut it with something accidentally, it's not gonna like spring up and hit you in the eye. It's gonna just kind of fray. So these aren't dangerous at all, really. Okay. And so this is my homemade bow. I bought this saw for $14 at a hardware store. It had a plastic handle. In fact, here's the old handle here. You can see I'm having a little trouble with the screen. There's the old uh, crappy plastic handle. And I replaced it with a different plastic handle, right? Which I'm kind of fond of because you can't really see, but it's engraved kind of, or it's like there's a relief in there the way it was molded, and there's a dragon image on it.
Super cool.
Yeah. And so um, this is my saw, and like I can make some sounds with it. I'm not a virtuoso, but we'll see what I can do. I'll just give it a little demonstration. Okay, you're going to put it between your knees like this. That's kind of the range of notes you'll get out of a 26-inch hardware store saw, and if I were better at it, like I could play songs and stuff like that. I'm kind of one of those guys that I'm trying to get in the center here that wants to, provide this instrument for other people to do things with. Like I'm only so talented, like we don't know really how talented I am, but I know there are people out there that will be able to make wonderful sounds with a saw. And so I want to first expose the saw to people like that, let them know that there is such a thing. There is a way to make music with this instrument, with this tool.
Well,
You
Albert,
know,
can you explain to people, because people in the chat probably don't know that most musical saws, which are very expensive, by the way, um, are way longer than hardware store saws. So, can you talk about how your instrument um, is different and therefore more accessible?
well, okay. So I provided some uh, short videos for us to watch of some people who are really good at playing saw. And it turns out that once you achieve a certain level of proficiency at the saw, you want to get a longer one because a longer saw in general will provide a greater range of notes and will offer greater sustain on those notes, you know. And so basically, what you do if you're interested in pursuing the saw is you start off with a hardware store saw. What I'd like to now, I'm going to have these available for sale and everything. And I would get an equal amount of enjoyment if I had an email interaction with someone who was buying their own saw. They're like, "Oh, I see this saw on eBay for $30. Should I get it?" Yes, that's a good model. Those tend to sound good. And then when the saw arrives, I instruct them, or I send them to one of my videos where I instruct people how to condition the saw. You can't really just take it out of the box and start playing it. A good saw will play like a saw that has the right shape or whatever and the right amount of bounce and everything that has the right characteristics. A good saw, you can take it out of the box and it'll make noise, but you want to condition the edge. And I get into that in separate videos that I can put on my channel, and also I'll get into a little bit of it here on how I do it. But basically, you can see the edge. The edge is kind of like squared, right? And
Right.
so what you want to do is with sandpaper, you want to round that edge. You want it to be kind of curved, you know. And we're going to get into a video of a gentleman that taught me how to make bows and that taught me how to condition saws. And he gets into the 30-degree angle theory about how you want kind of you want to be able to hit it with the bow at a 30-degree angle. We'll get more into it, but there's conditioning involved with the edge of the saw to get it to play well, you know. And so anyway, these people that we're going to watch later who can make amazing sounds with saws, they're using longer saws that were designed to play music. Okay, this is a 26-inch saw and they're using 36-inch saws. Right. And we're going to watch 3 videos of people playing those long saws, and 2 of them will be with women who they put it's called a cheat. It's a wooden block or a wooden shaft that you screw to the end of the saw, and you're able to make those bends by holding the wooden, you know.
Right.
And then there's a third gentleman that also plays a 36-inch saw, but he places it between his feet, and then he grabs the top of it with his hand with a glove on it.
Yikes.
And he bends it. It's awesome. So maybe if you could call up those videos,
I'll
we
go
can,
ahead and do that.
watch some saw players that really know what they're doing.
Let's switch screens here. Sorry, Albert, I don't know what's going on, but my OBS is not responding. Okay. Hold on just a second. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Okay. I'm trying to change. Okay. Okay, there should be a video showing up right here, and there isn't one. Let me see what happened to my compilation video. I'm so sorry, Albert. Let me see.
Oh, that's okay. I know you'll get it straightened out.
Oh my gosh. Properties. Okay. Browse. Let me reload this video. Open. Okay. Okay, compilation. Video, please show up. Properties. This was working perfectly fine during our rehearsal. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Restart.
We can wait because I think it's pretty important that we play some videos of some people that are actually really good at the saw.
Yes,
You know,
I'm trying to call
I
up
know.
the video.
I'm very patient. I can wait. Um, I can play the saw, like, you know, I can get a range of notes. I don't even know any songs, and you know, there's people out there that can really make that thing sing. It's called the singing saw, you know, and it'll be nice to see some of the experts
All right,
do their thing.
it should be showing up in this screen, but it isn't. Properties, local file. Okay, browse. I'm gonna open it up again. Okay, it's on. Okay, please show up. Compilation. Okay. Let me try. Hey, Phil. Okay, there it
All
is.
right. Yeah, I knew you'd get it. Okay, so if you could
Sorry.
pause that,
Yeah,
if you
I'll
could,
go ahead and do that. Hold on. There we
that's
go.
that's great that you got it up. Okay, so this is the player that I consider the best in the world at the saw. His name is Olivier Doucet, and his YouTube channel is linked in the description box, and I encourage people to go watch his videos. He has about 100 videos up, and most of them are short performances of songs that you may know or famous songs or whatever. And he's also got some instructional videos, and he's the one that taught me how to make a bow. Uh, he I was in contact with him
Wow.
about 7 years ago or so. He's currently kind of dormant on YouTube. Like he hasn't uploaded it or made any comments in about 7 years. But back when he was active, I watched his video on how to make a bow, and we're gonna skim through it quickly. And then when I finished this one, I sent him a picture, and I think it was through Facebook. I'm not even sure, or I had a different email account. I can't find my communications with him from way back, but he was immediately impressed. He said, "Wow, I like the rubber grip, because that's a golf club, and so that's the grip of the club right there, and this is where you're going to hold the bow, and it's kind of comfortable. The bow is not heavy, and it's like I'm proud of it, and he liked it, you know."
Awesome.
We're going to watch in a minute how he makes his, and he uses, instead of a golf club, he uses a crossbow arrow,
Oh, wow. Okay.
right? And then he takes the point, you unscrew the point, and then you unscrew the feathers or whatever, and then we'll see how he makes his bows. But I basically took his idea and I applied it to a golf club instead. And I have a new version of this bow out. You know, I sent you a couple to use with your leg fiddles.
I look forward to receiving those, Albert, and to give them a shot on my leg fiddles, and I can't wait to
Yeah,
give them a try on camera.
yeah. Well, and so the new version kind of looks like this, right? So this one is
Beautiful.
similar to what you'll be getting. Um,
Gorgeous.
it's a different. Uh, no, it's kind of the same. I got a better bent screw, right? I have a friend who has the proper tooling to do this kind of stuff, and I have screws that are different gauge or
Right.
different thickness, and that are bent to a different height, right? So I'm still experimenting, and the bows are in production. You know, you can see this shaft has got a little banana action going on, like it's actually bent a little bit. When I kept tightening it down, like you just keep hammering down on this wing nut until it won't go any further. But what I realized when I was first producing these, like this one came together 8 years ago, just I don't know, it just all came together. I did like, hey, great, and it sounds great, and then I might embellish it a little more later. It's kind of ugly.
I love how rustic it is, though.
Yeah,
It has a
well,
great look.
I could I could clean it up a little bit. Maybe at least hide the plastic wire tie. But this one just kind of came together, and I used it. I never made another one, and I still use it, and I'll use it today, and I'll keep using it. You know, but this one, the new version, um, I don't know, has just got some different aspects that I could change. I'm going to get different golf clubs with stiffer shafts. This one is bending on me. Right now, this is a fully functional bow,
Sure.
right? And it's perfect. It sounds great. And well, actually, we don't know if it sounds great. We're going to find out because I haven't put any rosin to this bow yet.
Oh, okay.
Right? Oh, and so what I was getting at, I was kind of getting a brain freeze there. But what I was getting at is that I was having problems in the beginning producing these bows because I couldn't get them tight enough. Like they would always just keep going, and then the screw would start coming out, and it would start bending, and it would break this part of the shaft. But what I realized is that when I'm constructing the bow, I can't just hammer tighten it down to its final tension all at once. The fishing line has to stretch, you know. So what I do, like this bow is about 3 days old. So 3 days ago is when I first wrapped the fishing line, and I gave it its initial tightening, you know, but not all the way down. And then you wait, you wait for the string to, or the fishing line to actually stretch. So a couple days later, I can hammer down on it a little more, and then at the very end, you give it its last, maybe with a wrench or something, and then that's it. Now, I recommend for your bows or whoever ends up getting one of these, for me, that you don't even adjust this nut afterwards. It's at its final tension right now. That's where it's going to stay. I haven't adjusted this one the entire 8 years I've had it. It just stays like that.
It's beautiful to have a no maintenance bow. That's really nice.
Right. Well, the only maintenance you have to do is right here with your little thing of rosin, right? I sent you one for your bows, and you order them on eBay or whatever, and you know, $3 or something, and you know, you have to condition the bow every so often. Now, if you're playing the saw with a cello bow or a violin bow, you have to rosin it up before your performance, and then you actually have to stop at some point and rosin it again. Mm-hmm. You know, like you can't just go for 25 minutes straight without.
Right.
You have to. But with this, it's basically like, you know, once every couple of days, really. You know,
interesting. Yeah.
And so I just I even go up on the top where it's not even going to hit the saw, but I'm trying to get like a coating of rosin on it, you know. And then so you just do that a little bit. That's your only maintenance you have to do. I actually throw a little bit of rosin right on the saw blade also. You know, you're looking for that grab, right. You know, it's gotta actually grab the bow. And now I don't know if cool. That's actually a pleasing sound to everybody or not. Like some people it might not be. And like, you know, I have a joke that, well, you know, I could be hired for performance any old time, but really I only get one per year, Halloween, you know, like that's the only time where these sounds really are appropriate to some people. But I don't know. I mean, if you think of it as a kind of a really high pitched woman's voice, then you can start to, you know, throw it into different songs, or, you know, you can use it as the vocal if you're good enough to hit those notes, you know. And there's also different ways you can throw it into songs where you're trying to mimic a certain sound that's hard to produce.
Right.
You know, and so there's different ways you can throw it in. But anyway, let's take a listen to Mr. Olivier Doucet. He's going to play a song. I think it's called "You Raise Me Up" or something like that, and it's only about a minute. And here's what an excellent player can actually do with the song.
Let's check it out.
Oh, can we hear it or no?
The audience can hear it, but you can't. Remember that?
Okay. Oh, yeah, you told me that yesterday. Yeah, that's all right. I know what it sounds like. I just want the audience to hear it. Yeah. I mean, I think it's very pleasing sound.
It is. Like a theremin.
Yeah, you like your theremin.
I love it.
We're going to have to get into that at some point. Like, I need a theremin saw duet with somebody.
Hey, you never know who's watching.
I have some questions for people watching afterwards. Okay, so now we're going to get into...
Okay, so I promised that video, like...
Okay, and there was just some examples of bows that he made. And remember that he's using a crossbow arrow. Now you can go to the store and buy one, or you can use my golf club technique. I like this. I want people to make their own bows. I want people to buy their own saw off of eBay or at the hardware store and condition it with my advice on how to do that. And like this is what the channel is all about. Is that if you want to get into kind of a rustic, funky instrument that wasn't even designed to play music, you can do so fairly inexpensively.
Awesome.
And then
Are you planning to produce bow making tutorials on your own channel?
yes,
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah, I want people to make their own bows. I want people to send me pictures of their own bows, videos of them using their own bow. You know, I'll tell you right now, it's going to be the hardest part, getting these bent screws. All right, that I'm just lucky. I have a friend who has machinery that can do that.
Do you think you can become a supplier of those bent screws? Say, I mean, I know that I wouldn't have a way of doing that. Maybe we can buy supplies from you.
I'd have to consider that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Because if my main objective is to have people produce their own bows, and that's the main problem they're having,
Yeah.
then is finding a way to get a bent
Right.
screw like that,
Right.
then maybe I should help them out. My signature back plate thing or whatever is the S hook,
Yes.
and this one came out kind of funky. Like I can bend the other part, this part that goes into the golf club. I can open that up a little more and make this part be higher. Okay, and as you can see, like I'm not 100% pleased with the leveling on that. Like it's not 100% level to where the golf club is, especially because it's being bent. But like this needed to be a little higher, really. And so I ended up putting this wing nut. I'm still getting this camera thing. Where is it?
A little
Yeah, see,
higher.
there's a little brace right there that's
Oh,
kind
there
of
we
like
go.
pushing it up a little bit. So I mean, there's still a lot of design issues that I have to work out, but basically, this bow took me about an hour to produce.
Oh, wow. Fast.
And so I mean, I already have a few of these bent screws. I got all the wing nuts and the S hooks and everything like that. So really, the time is carefully wrapping the fishing line around.
Patience.
Yeah. And there's a formula which will be shown in the video that we're going to watch. If someone wants to produce a bow like this, okay, well, you need either a golf club or you can use his what do you call it there, the crossbow arrow, or you could find something else that's stiff. It's got to be metal and it's got to be stiff.
Okay.
The reason why the cello bows and the violin bows need to be loosened and tightened is because they're not stiff, they're wood. Right. And you can't leave them fully tense, for very long.
Would something like a hardwood, like oak, work, do you think?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that question. That's something to explore. Now, what I thought about also was just a piece of copper pipe, right? And then you don't even need these screws and this S hook. You could just bend the end of the copper pipe and then flatten it out, right?
Right.
And then put a hole. I don't know. There's a lot of ways. This is kind of my signature bow, the golf club thing. And I'm pretty much going to stick with that, I'll tell you what, this one is cold nuts, like ready to go. Like I'm gonna have to send this one out to somebody. There's a person, I don't know if he's in the chat. Let's check the chat.
Check the chat.
All right, who's
chat.
hanging out?
We're looking for someone.
Lisa wants to make a bow. I'll teach you how to make a bow, Lisa. No problem. But anyway, Mike, what's his last name again?
Gorley.
Mike Gorley, he needs a bow. I think I'm going to send him this bow because he's got 18 flutes from Flute Wizard.
Yes.
Flute Wizard needs a bow too. Flute Wizard needs a saw and a bow. Like, so here's what I'm doing. Oh, what happened? I just got rid of the stream.
Oh no.
So here I am. So here's what I'm doing. Like, okay, so I'm kind of starting a business, let's say, but really, like, I'm not looking to get rich. You know what I mean? But I sent you a saw. I sent you my first production saw with your 2 bows. So now you got your bows, which you can use with your leg fiddles, and you can also see if you have any talent at the saw or any interest in pursuing the saw.
I look forward to experimenting with it, Albert. Thank you so much. And
I
again,
sent you one.
your generosity is appreciated. And yeah, I can't wait to play with them and discover new ways of making music and sharing my journey here online, both with your bows and with your saw. So
I hope you actually enjoy playing the saw. We'll see. Maybe, I don't know if everybody really is going to like it, but
sure,
some people might. And I thought that, for you to be so nice to have me on your podcast and everything, and then we've talked already through email, and you're very supportive of other creators. And, I've got 2 subscribers right now,
let's
Musical
help
Saw
Albert
Now.
out, guys. Let's get more subs onto his channel. Link in the video description box, my friends.
Let's remember, my main purpose is really only to expose the saw to people, to give them a way to purchase one if they want one. If they don't want to do anything, they just want to get a box in the mail with a saw in it and a bow and some rosin, I'll provide that. But I want people to be able to produce their own, because there's joy in that,
Absolutely.
And so let's continue, if you don't mind, with the video compilation, and we'll see what we got.
Okay, here we go.
More
He's
than a
gonna
month
finish
ago,
up
and
telling
I'm
us how to
like
make a bow.
procrastinating, and
he uses
I
a
just
bent
decided to
screw
make
and a
it very
bent nail.
fast. So here's
I
my
use the
bow.
S-hook
It's the bow that I use in
instead of
every
the bent
video
nail.
almost.
But it would be the same thing.
So basically, I will just go through the part. The stick, it's a crossbow arrow. So basically, you just buy crossbow arrow, and you remove the fin and the back part. So at the top here, you have a little aluminum insert. Normally, you screw the point of the arrow. So what you do is that you take a bended nail and you just put that.
Okay, so I don't know. I've kind of explained it already, what he's doing, and so I don't want to belabor the point or whatever, or spend too much time. But this is basically how you produce a bow. Fishing line. Oh, the one thing that I needed to indicate is how much of the fishing line do you use?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, that's the key. And what kind of fishing line?
Well,
I have it right over there. Let me go get it. I bought the family size.
Nice.
For
all right,
for
we're
your
gonna
home.
learn the secret, folks. Very
For your
important.
home. For the people that have a family that fishes, you get the industrial size fishing line, many yards. So this is 4-pound test. Okay, you can use 8. You can use thicker. You can use 2-pound test. The hardest part about working with this 4-pound test is a little bit thin. And so actually making a knot, like making a loop where I have to, my very first wrap around when you got to kind of make a knot. And I don't know, I imagine seamstresses or people that are used to using thread and sewing and all that could make knots, but I can't really make a good knot. That's really thin wire. but I got through it. And so the key is there's a number you're trying to reach, which is the pound test, which this is 4, okay, times the number of strands that you're going to use needs to equal somewhere around 400. Okay, it could be anywhere from 300 to 400. So, for example, on 4-pound test, you would need 100 strands to get the right amount of fishing line on there, right? You got that number's got to be 400 or around there. I go with the higher end of the range. If you had 8-pound test line, then you would need only 50 strands. Okay. And then the thing you have to realize is that each loop is 2 strands, right? So when you go around once in a loop from the bottom up and back down to the bottom, that's 2 strands.
Okay.
Right. So basically with 4-pound test, you need 50 loops.
Right.
Or 100 strands.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And then once I wrap them around like that, then I pinch them down with I use a zip tie, a plastic zip tie, and then I wrap that with some kind of a metal wire, just any kind of old. I buy this, from the hardware store, this galvanized wire. And I just try to clean up the look a little bit. And then on yours that I sent you, which you'll see, I covered that with some colored string.
Oh.
I don't know why. It didn't seem like I was hiding the plastic zip ties enough with the metal, and I was using too much metal. So I just said, let's cover everything in string. It looks kind of cool. It's orange string.
Cool.
I put epoxy over it so the string doesn't fray and all that.
Nice.
And you got a couple of funky looking bows coming at you.
Oh, I love it. I love funky.
They're funky. You mentioned that it kind of has like a steampunk look or whatever.
Yeah. I really like the look of them. Yeah.
They're funky, but you know what? They sound great. And you've already heard my bow, right? So now this is my newest production bow. It's never been hit with rosin, so I'm gonna rosin it up, and we're gonna hit the saw with it. Just to show that this new model bow that I'm producing is a player.
Nice.
It's legit freaking. You know what I want is to hear how it sounds when hit to a cello, right? This is a replacement cello bow in my eyes, So somebody send me a cello. Anyway, let's hear how the new bow sounds. Oh goodness.
Ooh.
Screaming. That thing is screaming. All right, let me get my cigar box guitar to kind of mimic how it would sound
with on the leg fiddle.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
This bow is screaming, Dr. Liza. Oh my goodness. Better that sounding than I even thought. All right, so here's Goofy cigar box guitar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know. I think it's gonna sound just how you want it to.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, with every it'll sound different on every guitar. In my first leg fiddle video, I was bowing a CBG that was strung up with nylon wound strings, and I found that those have very stable tones and they have great sustain. And so it depends on how you string the guitar.
Yeah. Well, I'll be interested to hear a comparison of how my bow sounds compared to
a regular violin bow. Or cello bow.
Right.
All right.
So that'll be interesting. I think that my bow will sound at least as good, possibly better.
Cool.
We'll see. We'll see.
Cool.
So yeah, we can continue with some of that video if you want.
Oh yeah. Where would you like? What would you like me to pull up?
You could just
I
keep
think
going. It's kind of like in
edge like that
chronological
if you buy
order.
a saw. So
Okay, here he talks about conditioning the saw.
Oh, okay. Let's play that. Conditioning the
you
saw.
can bow like
Now
that
this is
and up to
the
30
authority
degree
on the musical
both
saw. This
sides,
gentleman
and you will
is the
always
king
have the same contact
of
region.
the saw.
And
What he's telling you
like
right
it's like
here, I
a
think you can
tire
hear him,
on the
but
road, you know.
he's showing
The
you
bigger the
an
tire,
image
you
of
know, 19-inch tire is
what
better than
the
15-inch
top of
tire.
the saw looks like.
Because you know
it's a box, you know, and then on the bottom of that board he's holding is the curved end, and that's how your edge of your saw is supposed to look. It's supposed to be curved. So you actually have to do that to the saw with sandpaper.
Right.
All right. So I have like these two different grit
Okay.
sandpaper.
What's the grit on those, Albert?
Well, what you want, you really don't want to attack your saw too much.
Okay.
You are taking off material. So I go with 220 is safe. You can use 220. I got a 150 on here, but just for the initial. So what I do is I got like a little stand over here, and I put the saw in there. You can't really see it, but I kind of lock it in, and then I hit it with this at a 30-degree angle. All right, I start with the 150, but I don't go too aggressive with it.
Okay.
Even a 150 that's kind of been used a little bit is better. Or say most people are better off with a 220 because you got to get the feel. You can't mar the finish of your saw. You're trying to round it off.
Right.
So a nice 220, and then I just kind of give it at a 30-degree angle on both sides. Okay, and you're just trying to round that edge, Now this one is a saw I picked up that has some potential. I'm not even going to get this one sandblasted. It's got nice lettering on it. It's a Stanley Handyman.
Nice.
And we're going to get into the shape of the saw afterwards. Okay, but in a nutshell, you can see the difference between this saw and mine. I'm having trouble with this camera. All right. Those are the two ends. And mine is clearly thinner at the end.
Yes.
You can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. And that the shape of the saw really determines what it's going to sound like. So if you get 26-inch hardware store saw with a really thin end like this one, then you're going to get more notes on the higher end. Okay. And then conversely, if you have a saw that's kind of thick at the back, like say a little wider than this, you'll be able to get lower notes. Okay. So different saw shapes will give you different octave patterns, or like a different range of.
Very cool. Very interesting.
Yeah. And what I found, and through my research and through buying a bunch of saws, is that the best sounding ones have these skinny tips. Okay. And it just so happens that the ones with the skinny tips are usually the plastic handle ones. Okay. I picked up 4 of these, the Stanley 726. Okay. For people who want to do some shopping on eBay, get your own saw, and I'll teach you how to condition it. Right now, this is the best model to look for. They're kind of available. I was lucky enough to pick up 3 of them new old stock for $50.
Wow.
Now that was a deal. Okay, but something like this, I had some pictures of saws that I bought. I took some screenshots. I can upload those to my own channel. But basically, you're spending $30 on a saw like this. Even though it's got a crappy plastic handle. So my own saw, I had a plastic handle on it for the, and I still do. I changed it to a better plastic handle, but you know, I used this style handle for the first 7 years of my saw. I don't know. I just didn't mind, but most people, I would think you want a nice wooden handle on there, you know. So, of course, what I did is started looking around for some handles. I I got a box of all
Wow.
handles.
What a
Right.
collection.
That's just some. Right. I found them on eBay. There's another box right here. Right. I got like 50 of these handles now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're ready to build.
Yeah. And so it looks like right now my best blade is this 726. And so all I got to do, it's funny because it's so cheap of a saw that this handle doesn't even have screws on it. Like for me to get the handle off, I have to kind of bang it with the hammer, send it flying. But then I get into retrofitting a handle like this onto it, you know, and that's exactly what I did with your saw.
Oh,
Because
wow.
because we have sister saws, you and I.
Cool.
Okay, you have the sister version. Where'd my saw go? Of my own saw. I actually lost my saw. Oh, here we go. This blade is the same as yours, right? Yours is actually silver, where mine is patinaed out. Right?
Nice. The patina looks good, though. I love that rustic look.
Yeah, it does look nice. I'm still debating because I have a bunch of blades that I bought off of eBay, and some of them are kind of rusty. And so, in addition to conditioning the edge of the saw for play, you really should try to get all the rust off of the blade itself.
Does it
Because
affect the sound?
yes, you know, because if you figure the sound is coming from the saw bouncing,
Right.
right? And so I don't know, like I'm okay with the patina, but if that were more rust than patina, then I might be tempted to have it sandblasted, you know.
Okay.
But some of these blades that I bought off of eBay, which I'll show, I found a sandblaster here in Syracuse. I'm up here in Syracuse, New York, Salt City, and I found a sandblaster that, like, at first it was like, okay, well, how much do you want for this? And I want these blades sandblasted, and we were talking prices. But then once he knew why I wanted them done, and it became like, oh, okay, dude, I'll give you a deal. Just bring your blades up here. I want to hear you play the saw.
Oh, that's super cool.
And so he's going to give me a deal. He's going to give me like a contracted discount or whatever.
Ooh,
because
nice.
when I start buying more of these blades off of eBay, I'm going to want them sandblasted clean. You know, even if they're new, I want the lettering off. You know,
right.
Except for my nice fancy Stanley Handyman here. I might keep the lettering on that one. But the other ones, like this brand new 726, right? Like I don't want that on. That number's coming off.
Okay.
You know? And so, and then it gets sandblasted clean. I replaced the handle, the crappy plastic handle, with a nice wooden one, you know, like I did with yours. And that's kind of a job in itself. Like it's not just, they don't just fit right on, you know, an old handle from a different saw doesn't just go right on to a new blade, you know. So what I have to do is, with yours, I actually didn't like the shape like this one. I didn't like this end sticking out. So I actually cut it down.
Oh, wow.
Right? I actually trimmed it, you know, and then you have to make new holes in the blade for where these holes are.
Yikes.
In the handle, you know, and that's not easy either.
I bet.
Because these are hardened steel blades, you know, and a regular old drill bit just doesn't go right through. You can't use a hand drill and try to, it'll skip all over the place. You'll end up making marks everywhere.
Dangerous, yeah.
So I have to get a drill press, you know, and I can get one of the cheaper ones, Harbor Freight or whatever, to
Right.
be able to apply these new handles. Like I got three versions of these brand new 726s, right? And so they're all getting new handles, and they're going to go out as special saws. And I think it's going to be a great combo. It's my best sounding blade that I have with whatever kind of creativity I can apply to these handles.
Awesome.
And so I just want to tell you about your saw and how I like I said, I retrofitted a wooden handle like this to a blade that's the same as mine.
Cool.
And what I found was the hardest part was engraving it, you
Hmm.
know, because I wanted to make it, personalized for you. So I put your name and I put a little title that I gave you down on the bottom.
Oh,
But that was like the most strenuous effort I had to do. It's like so annoying to use a
wow.
regular, Dremel tool and try to get straight letters. Like, no way, forget that. So now this is what I want to talk to you about. I have to get into the laser engraver.
Yes,
You
yes, that's
know,
what I was thinking. Yeah.
so what I need to know is like what kind of minimum. See, some people when they buy something like that, you buy just what you need, and really all I need is to be able to engrave handles, right? But then you start thinking, well, what if I start doing other stuff in the future, right? And then so you think, well, maybe I should upgrade right away and buy a better model. But what I was getting at is what kind of range, in terms of price and in terms of, I think they go by wattage, right? 30 watts or something, or what is it?
Less than
Like, how do
that.
they rate the power?
I believe mine is a 15.
15 watt?
It is
Are they watt?
it is a low powered laser engraver. Most budget engravers are, you know, economical that way. There are higher end available to consumers, but again, like anything, what's your budget? And
Well, okay, so I definitely want to, because I have to buy other tools too. So I just want to start off with something that will do my handles. And then also, if I buy more cigar boxes from you, then maybe I can make my own custom cigar box holes,
there you
right?
go.
Like I want to make the four suits of the deck of cards. I
Cool.
want, I want two spades or a spade and a club for my sound holes,
Awesome.
something like that, or a lightning bolt, or like.
Yeah.
So I'm into it, and so basically, all I need is something that will handle those right now: saw handles and cigar boxes. So what am I looking at in terms of like the wattage?
Well, like I said, what my laser engraver, again, I can't give you the particular wattage. I don't remember, but it's very low powered. And all budget laser engravers are kind of cut from the same cloth. And so, but yes, everything that you want to do can be done with a budget laser engraver, Albert. So, what you want to do is, um, open up Psycheopera newsletter number 5 with my tutorial, and I take you through the process of how to set up your laser engraver with laser Gerbil and ink, and you'll need another piece of software called Inkscape to kind of make the templates you need for your engravings, and also your alignment burns. And so, and both of those pieces of software are free. So
Uh-huh.
everything is freeware.
Okay,
Um,
so now the main question: these budget engravers that you're talking about, what kind of budget are we into here? Is it like $200-300 range?
Less than $200.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's great. I definitely need that for the business.
Yep. Yep. They're definitely worth it. They're not plug and play, but once you learn the process, and again, it's all laid out in my tutorial. Check it out. Send me questions. I don't mind receiving questions. That goes with anyone in the chat or watching as well. You know, Subscribe to my newsletter.
I can testify to that you are definitely receptive to questions. You've answered a few of mine over the last few months.
Cool.
So
So,
here's an example of an engraved one. This is the Sandvik 26-inch. You can't see it. It's got a dragon motif. It's crazy.
Gorgeous.
And so I have to be able to do something like that, you know.
You will be able to, for sure. For sure.
Just putting in your name and your title that I gave you, like that was so strenuous. I had to start over a couple times. I had to fill it in with wood putty.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it's just what a nightmare that was.
Goodness gracious. You know? Well,
no, I mean, it was a good nightmare. I
appreciate all the effort you put into it.
I didn't mean to say it like that, like how stressful it was for me to give you your gift.
No, I understand.
What I meant was, like, I don't like engraving with a hand tool.
Right.
You know, it's too difficult. So
I wouldn't like it either. And if you have a mind for graphic design, this laser engraver is just you're gonna be able to do so much with it. So
yeah, it's definitely what I got to get. So I'm looking at to continue the business. Maybe $100 for a drill press, you know, Harbor Freight, the smallest one they got, $100, because I got to be able to punch holes in those saw blades for the new handles.
Right.
You know, and then I've got, like I said, about 50 of these handles now, so I don't really need to be able to produce them. But in the future, I'd like to not have to buy these and be able to just carve them out, you know, with a scroll saw or something, you know. But right now I got a nice supply. I don't need to worry about any scroll saws for a little while. And then, you know, to get this on there, if I wanted to put this handle on a new saw, you know, you gotta get in there actually with a saw, right? And you gotta straighten out that line a little bit. You gotta kind of dig like this and get it. There's a lot to it, but you know, it's really kind of a labor of love for me, because especially when they come out sounding great like that. And I gotta tell you, I was pretty damn impressed with how this bow sounds. This freaking thing, I'm loving it. Like it really kicks butt. Did you hear that?
I agree. Let
me play it again on the saw. Like, this is just first time out of the box. I just produced this thing. I started 3 days ago, like I told you, because you have to let the string stretch, or the fishing line stretch. But this thing is screaming. Hold on. Let me play a little more.
It's a strong sound. Yes.
I think you're going to like the bows. I'm hoping that this is kind of a revolutionary little item that I've created. I don't know. Like, I think cello bows are for the birds, you know. Forget those things, man.
High maintenance bows, yeah.
I bought one when I first bought a hardware store saw. I bought a cello bow with it, and the hairs were fraying on that bow within 3 days, you know, and I ended up snapping it within a month. You know, it just snapped. So, like, at that point, I found Olivier Doucet's channel, and he taught me how to make a bow, and it's all been downhill from there.
Learned from the master and improved upon the design.
Yeah. Okay, so, like, I want to get into the notion that people are using longer saws to make music.
Okay.
You know, how ideally you want to learn on a 26-inch saw and then graduate to a longer saw. You know, I'm still looking for a 36-inch Wentworth. I can't find one. I'm going to try to get a hold of Mr. Doucet after the stream.
Okay.
I wanted to produce some content and then show him like I'm trying to um, further the interest in the saw. You know, like it's experiencing a little downturn right now. The saw was more popular like 10 years ago.
Hmm.
Uh, Back then, and then we'll watch a video from a woman called the Saw Lady,
Yes, saw lady. She's cool.
Natalia Peruz. She's wonderful, and she would have a festival every year
Hmm.
about 10, 12 years ago, and then it became every other year, and then it became every 4 years, and
Hmm.
I don't think there's any more festivals. And then around the same time when that started fading away, Olivier Doucet kind of disappeared from YouTube. He has a Facebook channel also. You listed his YouTube channel in the description box. His Facebook channel is of the same name, Musical Saw Men. You know, and it's just nobody's really being an ambassador for the saw at this point. Let's check the chat. Oh, we got some more people in here. We
Yeah,
got Kevin.
Kevin has a question for you there, Albert.
Has anyone made a musical saw that does not have the serrated edge? Well, yes. There are musical saws that are produced that are designed not to be cutting wood. You know, um, some of them that are produced have teeth that are not sharpened.
Right.
And back in the day, it was possible to buy musical saws with no teeth.
Right.
Okay, I don't know if they're still available,
That's
but
such sad thing that it's you know, it's dwindling. Kevin used to run the Kansas City Cigar Box Guitar Festival, and he can attest to how hard it is to maintain a festival. And so perhaps that's what happened to Saw Lady. It was just
oh yeah, like I don't know what happened, so I'm not saying. I There's a link to the Saw Lady in the description also.
yes.
Like you need to people need to
She has a
see
great channel. Yeah,
the Saw Lady. Yeah, yeah, she's so flamboyant in her style
I
of
love it.
play.
Love
It's
it.
crazy. I mean, she gets that arm going. She starts whipping that arm around, and she's smiling all over the place. She's really a good performer. Uh, and so, well, I don't know. Why don't we continue with that video then,
Yeah,
and then we'll end up.
we could pull up Saw Lady if you'd like.
Well, no, you can continue at the same. You
Okay,
know.
let me go ahead and
So you
okay.
just take a Scott towel like that.
So here he's
Isopropylic alcohol, friction
Well,
alcohol,
you know, we've been
70%.
talking for a while, and
And
I'm going to
first you
have this
just
stuff
wash
on
it,
my
so
channel.
okay.
You know, so about conditioning and getting the saw ready for play. That's stuff that, you know, we don't need to talk too much about it now, I guess. I've already described the basics on how you want to bring that you want to round that edge off, you know. And then if anyone were to buy a saw, now I'm available for consultation. Okay, my email address is listed in the description box, and I would enjoy people contacting me about how to produce their own saw. You know, I would I would love that. And so, if anybody bought a saw off of eBay or at the hardware store and they want to know how to condition it, I'm gonna direct you to the two videos I'll have on my channel first, and then which they're basically up right now. I do have one video on my channel which shows all of these videos that we're showing now in a
Right.
compilation. I have the same compilation up. And so anybody can watch that and learn how to make a bow, how to condition their saw, how to properly get the edge ready for play. You know, but also I'm available for, you know, advice. If somebody wants to, you know, ask me questions and how to get their own saw ready for them. It would give me great joy if I knew that somebody bought a saw, I showed them how to get it ready for play, and then even if they got a cello bow or whatever, or maybe they ordered a bow for me, whatever, or they built their own, you know,
That's the
uh,
best.
I would get a lot of joy out of that.
Very
So
cool.
let's see, where were we in that video? We need
I'll
to.
pull it up again here.
we'll skip through the rest of Olivier Doucet
Their
because he
finger.
talks about
Or you have
the
to
conditioning and all
you
that,
take
and it
another
gets a
one.
little long. He has one more performance. He's gonna. Oh, here he's showing. He was showing how to. You have to use the alcohol. You buy that rubbing alcohol, either the 70% or the 90%, and you need to get like the fingerprints off the edge of the saw with that stuff.
Oh,
You need.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
you need to clean. You need to clean that edge, and you can't really have too much buildup of rosin either. So every once in a while, you take a paper towel with the alcohol on it, and you just clean that edge. That's what he
Okay.
was talking about there. And then what he does is he'll take the rosin and break off a small chunk of it, right? Like the rosin comes like that. And
Right.
so he'll nip off like a little corner and he'll throw that into a tiny bottle of the alcohol. And so he conditions the edge of his saw like that with he'll pour that onto a paper towel, like an
Hmm.
alcohol slash rosin mixture, and then right before he's ready to play, he'll slide that on the edge and
Huh.
then yeah. So there's a lot to it, and I'll go into all of it on my channel. That's what my channel is going to be about,
That's
but
right. Please
I don't
go
have
to the video description and sub, guys.
I don't know if people are into the saw or not. I don't see why people wouldn't be. It's like it's totally funky and wasn't designed to play music, but can play music.
Look,
Um,
creative people like creating music with things that weren't intended to create music. I mean, I'm biased because I used to play in a noise music band, and we used to make music out of lots of things. And so, but there's nothing more rewarding and fun than, just making music out of things that you find and building your own musical instrument. There's nothing more rewarding than that.
Yeah, I mean, and the whole CBG thing is just so great because it goes way back. Bo Diddley, he wasn't born with that name, right? He named himself after a diddley bow,
Yeah, yeah,
right? That's his
super
stage
cool.
name that he gave himself after a diddley bow. And just one string, you could take a stick of wood, put a string on it, and then there you go. And you can actually your front porch with that 4x4 that
Yes.
folded up the roof. You
Yeah.
could just stick a nail and you could put a string and you can make a guitar out of that. You
I've
know?
seen those old pictures. They used to make a giant base all out of the side of a shack, and then just put a wash tub kind of where the bridge goes, and then uh, I think they used to play it with a wine bottle because it was a very
Yeah.
stiff thing. It was super cool. I wonder what that sound like. I haven't found any recording. I haven't seen anybody do that, and and I haven't been able to find historical recordings, but I'd be curious to find out what a house bass sounded like. So,
Yeah.
side
That's
of
great.
house bass.
And so I'm into it too. Like your channel is kind of featuring that. Like, there's a lot of cigar box guitar stuff, but there's also just like funky, and that's why I'm here. Funky, stuff that this is a tool that you buy in a hardware store to cut wood. You don't buy these to make music, but you can.
You can. That's what's cool about it. Yeah.
And so just to further answer, I think it was Kevin's question. Basically, they're hard to come by now. The saws without the teeth that are designed to play music. Some saws will have teeth, but they won't be sharpened. And so on kind of the same topic, I've got a couple of saws here that were designed to play music. Right, here's one in a box, and then I got another one over there too. Now, we've talked about the 26-inch hardware store saw. You could play music with it if you get the right shape, and then some blades just don't sound good. That's just the way it goes. Sometimes they're too thick, and they just don't vibrate enough.
Right.
Sometimes they're just the wrong shape. when I originally bought this one, I thought that nose is not very thin. Is it going to sound any good? But guess what? The back is thicker than the plastic handle one that I got. So that tells me that this is going to be able to get more lower notes. And it's still, I've already tried it without even conditioning it, and it plays. You know, so we can get into some of the blades that I bought and everything. What I look for in a good blade that might sound good. Okay, but I want everybody to know there's basically 3 classes of saw that will make music. There's my 26-inch saw, which this is what my channel is all about, you know, is that you can buy your own 26-inch saw and you can play music with it. And then there's these videos that we're going to watch of people that are playing 36-inch saws designed to play music, which are basically unavailable. I haven't been able to find one. Now in the middle, there's the 30-inch. Okay, now this saw was designed to play music. This is by a company called Sandvik, right? And this is the Stradivarius. That's what they call it.
Cool beans.
$92 on eBay plus or on Amazon plus tax. So $100. Okay, now this one is also a 30-inch saw designed to play music. And this is the Parkstone Melody. All right. And this one was $125 altogether. All right. So that's with no bow, no case, no rosin.
Right.
You know, so we're trying to get a kind of a ballpark about what it costs you to get into playing an actual musical saw that was designed to play music.
Right.
So I got my knife. Where is it?
We're gonna do an unboxing! Yay!
I recommend not using scissors.
Yep.
And using an actual knife. So here we go, and we're gonna unbox. This is the Stradivarius. It's been designed to play music, you know. So I don't know what that means. Now, coincidentally, those dragon handle saws that I showed you, they're made by the same company. It's Sandvik. All right. So it almost seems to me like what happened was they were producing these 26-inch saws with dragon handle, and then people were hitting them with bows and saying, hey, listen, your saws happen to sound pretty good when hit with a bow. Why don't you make an actual
musical saw?
And so they did. They produced, now this is 30 inches. So we're going to get more of a range.
Cool.
It's going to be more than 1 octave. They say that these 30 inches can get you 2.5 octaves.
Not bad.
We'll have to see about that. So here we go. Now, I've had this for a while, and I meant to do an unboxing for my own channel, but it just turns out I'm doing it for years. Wow.
Oh, much appreciated. First look at it.
Wow. Wow.
It's an exclusive photo.
Look at the back of it. Look how thick that is. Now this is going to give us more of the low notes. Okay. Here's the front.
Square edge.
Oh, looks like I froze up. Yeah, it's very square and very thick. Like where's my camera? I'm having so much trouble. I don't know. It's big. Oh my goodness. All right, so I mean we gotta just play it right out of the box.
Let's do it.
What I would do is I would hit with some sandpaper and I would buff it out with this. I didn't even go into this step yet, but basically after you're done sanding the edge and getting it, you know, ready for play, you want to buff the heck out of it. You want to get it shiny, mirror-like finish as possible. So this is an electric sander with a Scotch-Brite pad on it.
Okay.
Okay, so
Hmm.
basically, I'm gonna hit this with the bow just to see what it sounds like or hear what it sounds like right out of the box. But I might want to. Wow, this thing is tall.
Hmm.
This thing is cool as heck. Oh no! Oh no! That needs conditioning. Oh, you can't just play this right out of the box. No.
So
No.
even the ones meant for music, you gotta condition them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good
That's
to
not
know.
playing. That's not playing. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think so.
But you
All
could
right.
tell there's you're gonna get quite a bit of low notes in there just from the
All
strikes
right.
you.
Well, let's give
Yeah.
them the benefit of the doubt that this is a player, and I'm gonna slide.
Sure.
I'm gonna slide a little sandpaper.
Cool.
It doesn't play right out of the box. That's all. I mean, I didn't expect it to necessarily. I have to do more sanding in that, but
Sure. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna hit it with this. Excuse the noise for a minute. I'm gonna hit it with the sander,
Go
polish
for it.
that edge. Assuming I'm plugged in, of course.
Getting the real experience here, folks.
All right, and then we're gonna hit it with a little rosin on the edge.
Cool.
It's a lovely looking saw. It's got a nice little design on it in ink.
Very
I'm
excited.
actually hoping that this saw and the other one that I'm going to open does not sound any better than my 26. That's what I'm hoping, because I want to provide 26-inch saws for people or show them how to obtain their own.
I'm sure the sound on all of the saws that you have there, including yours, are great. It's just a matter of range. Now, again, someone who's creative can do more with less variety, with less notes. So, but
Right.
from what we've heard from your saws, your saws are resonant and loud, and
Yeah.
and with some practice we can get, really stable tones. Again, everything is about practice and working with the instrument.
But they are loud. My saws with a good bow and a good blade, it's
Exactly.
loud. And so if you're actually on stage, you don't need to be mic'd up on the saw. It's just going to be loud enough to be heard by the audience, So let me try the.
Go for it. Ooh.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Oh no.
I don't like it. I'm gonna condition it more.
Okay.
Like it. Not today, but my initial impression is it's even creepier than a normal saw.
Oh, but that may be cool. Some people may be looking for that creepy sound.
I don't know. And it's so big too. Like I'm liking my 26 inchers. Like I don't know. This thing is humongous. You could put it on the ground like Olivier Doucet does, I guess. No, I don't know how to do that. I don't know. I'm not going to give up on it. I'm not saying that I made a bad purchase. It's just that
it just needs
so
a little
far,
exploration and
yeah.
some TLC.
I thought I would do a live unboxing just to to show people what you can get out there. Like there are saws available to play music. Okay,
to be honest, I like the low end on that. It's very nice.
Yeah,
And yeah, you could think of it as like yours are like the violin of the saws, and this is like the cello of the saws.
Well, this is more of a bass model.
Oh,
It
okay.
seems.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just guessing. You can tell by the shape. That's a really fat end.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going for more of lower tones. It doesn't
Right.
have anywhere near of a small end like my plastic handle ones
For the
do.
high
So
notes.
you
Yeah.
could just look at it and say, okay, that's a bass saw.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
You're going for the lower tones. That's probably why the sound didn't grab me, didn't inspire me at first. It's a different sound.
Right.
It's too big and clunky and clumsy. And, no.
Not your thing. Okay.
So we'll open the other one after. But let's finish.
The video.
We want to hear the saw. We want to hear the saw lady.
All right, let's pull up the saw lady.
Or no, well, Olivier Doucet still got to play the Flintstones theme song for us.
Oh, let me find that. Here. I think this is what.
Okay, so on that part we'll
Olivier Doucet, folks.
when you have a whole block of roses.
We're hoping this gentleman is in good health.
Yeah.
Because he's been dormant on YouTube and Facebook for about 7 years.
Hope he's okay. Yeah.
Yes. What an influence he made on the musical saw world. And he's been to festivals, and he's been to official performances in amphitheaters and stuff like that. Like he's been all around, and he really wanted to get the saw out there, and he provided the instructional information, and he really wanted to promote the saw. So I'm trying to salute him on my channel. There's going to be a lot of his content that I'm going to be doing that play his video, but I'll have my head in the corner reaction video, just so I'm not uploading his stuff.
Right. Good idea.
Provide all the links and everything to his channel, or if you want to donate to him first. If there's anything left over and you want to send me something, great. But donate to him. He's the one he inspired me, and so I want him to reap any benefits that.
Do you have a Patreon set up for yourself, Albert? A Patreon or a Ko-Fi?
No, what I'm going to do is, if people want to throw me some cheese, PayPal, or crypto, I'll have a crypto link.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of crypto. Something for the future. Maybe I can buy a homestead with some crypto money. Not like people are going to donate millions of dollars to a guy playing a saw, but you know what I mean. $5. I don't
You'd
care.
be surprised what people have made here on YouTube. Not saying that we're gonna get anywhere close to that, but shoot for the stars, Albert. Why not? Do you want to play this clip from the French movie, which inspired you?
Let's finish up with Olivier Doucet first.
Okay.
Can we hear that Flintstones?
The last clip of his, I heard him play All Lang Syne. That's where it ended. Yeah. You want me to repeat that?
So did you hear the Flintstones?
No. Let me see.
I don't know if you'll be able to find it. It's after this one.
Okay. This is
How do you make that edge on the saw?
Conditioning.
So
it's after the next one.
Want to use a battery? Want to use one?
Oh, see now he's got a drill in his hand. Did you see that?
You have played a lot.
You want me to go back?
Yeah.
Once you have shape at the
what
edge,
he's doing
then
is
after you have to polish.
He's buffing out the edge of his saw with a drill, and it's got like a buffing pad on there.
Okay.
Same idea. I've got the other kind of sander with a Scotch-Brite pad on there. Okay, you want to buff that edge out. You want a mirror finish on that edge.
All right.
Okay. But anyway, let's see if we can find the Flintstones. I just liked it. It sounded
edge,
so
and
authentic.
you have played a lot. And
like
either
I was
you
watching
have
an
a
episode of the Flintstones.
clean edge, you will not
It's
have a
still
lot.
conditioning the edge.
just put that-
The edge.
Okay, now he's using the alcohol. There you go. Okay, whatever. So let's see what he's got here.
So right now he's playing All Lang Syne.
Oh, you already heard that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we missed the Flintstones. That's all right. let's hear the saw lady.
Let's hear the saw lady.
Yeah, anybody can go to Olivier Doucet's channel and hear all like 2 minutes long.
I might have time.
So that was a pretty quick one. Oh, you got to wait on this one.
Okay, waiting on this one.
Hit pause. This is the best performance of a saw player I've ever seen in my life. We're going to wait a minute.
Okay.
Let me open this Parkstone Melody. See if this one's any good.
All right.
My first thought is I don't need a 30-inch saw. But we'll see. You know, if it grows on me or what. I don't know. That edge needs more conditioning. You know, but the thing is, this company is selling that saw like that, and they don't tell you that it's not really ready to play.
Yeah, that should be in an instruction manual because, I mean...
Well, I mean, they're selling a saw that's not ready to play. You know, it could get ready, but they have to.
Maybe they assume that the people that are buying are already, you know, saw enthusiasts and they know better, but they really should include an instruction manual.
I don't know. So far, like that's a good thing. Basically, I don't mind spending the money on the saw because I did it for the channel. You know what I mean? It was like an investment.
Right.
And if I never use it again, I don't care. Like, you know, I needed to spend that money because I needed to find out for myself. Is it worth spending $125 on what's called a musical saw?
Right.
You know, or can you just pick one up for $30 at the hardware store? And so far, I'm liking the hardware store model better.
Cool beans.
I won't say I wasn't impressed. It's a lovely looking saw. I just don't know if I actually need it.
Here we go. We got an unboxing on the live. Always exciting, folks.
2 30-inch saws being unboxed today.
Awesome.
Like, not everybody's going to just go out and buy these, you know? So, like, I bought it for you. Just to prove to you, you don't need it.
Awesome.
We'll see. I don't want to badmouth these companies. I don't want them coming after me. They make a lovely saw. I'm sure that most people would love this freaking thing. Okay? Nothing bad to say about the company. I just think my saws sound better. Anyway, cool. Here's the Parkstone Melody. Now this one gives me more confidence. All right, it's got a nicer shape.
It seems more flexible.
Comes to a finer point.
Yeah.
Okay, at the end. Yes,
yeah. There we go.
Very floppy. Check out that flop.
That's
want the flop.
Need. Yeah.
All right. I'll hit it with the bow right out of the box, but I'm not afraid to do a little conditioning if I have to.
Go for it. We're here for it.
All right. So here's the Parkstone Melody. Now this one I'm thinking is a player. All right, we got to hit it with a little rosin. I'm not going to, there's no such thing as right out of the box. There's no such thing as that.
Same thing with a violin. You got to rosin up the bow. And
Yeah, I mean,
there we go.
this one I'm kind of liking already. I don't know why. I'm just kind of liking it. Feels good. Really bouncy.
Maybe they just all need conditioning. Yeah. They all need to be prepped, it seems. Yeah, that should be included in an instruction
let's have a
manual.
real let's have a real musical saw.
There we go. Wow, and the vibrato on that. Folks, you just heard Albert's 26-inch musical saw. This is made from a hardware store saw. So look how much you can do with something from the hardware store. My goodness. So.
All right, so here's my initial thoughts after doing the unboxing of both of those. They're fine saws.
Right.
They need to be conditioned, and they'll probably sound fine.
Sure.
I don't see either one of them ever sounding better than my Stanley plastic handle. Okay, so I've actually reinforced my whole notion that I'm doing the right thing by exposing the saw to people. Okay, in this form, what you want is a 26-inch hardware store saw of a certain variety. Like I have a list of different models that sound good, and I'd be happy to provide that list to anybody who wants to know.
Cool.
Things to look for on eBay. I recommend buying a saw on eBay. Okay, there's really of the ones that you can find at Lowe's or Home Depot now. They do have 26-inch wooden handle saws available from different brands, and they just don't sound as good as the best blade that I found are these plastic handle Stanleys. They sound the best. Okay, so I'm kind of happy. Like, okay, so I just spent $225 on two saws that I might never even use. Well, I have them anyway. I'm the saw guy, and I have them. I needed to find out for myself.
Kevin says, thanks for doing the research for us.
Yeah. Let's see what they say in the chat. Oh, look at that chat rolling.
Yes.
Wow,
got a good
awesome.
chat.
Just takes some getting used to. I like the sound. Thanks for doing the research. Yeah, well, that's what my channel is going to be all about. And I'm going to go through all that. You said I could clip out some of this live stream, right? And
yes,
then,
I'm going to send you the video once it's done compiling on YouTube, and you could clip it to your heart's content.
Oh, that'd be great. So I'll clip out, official unboxing of, I don't know if I should even put that up. Like, that's not very flattering to those companies.
Well, something
I don't
you
want
could
to badmouth them.
Something you could do, Albert, is maybe do a follow-up video with after you've conditioned them to your standards, and then see what they sound like and give us an update video.
Right. I'm pretty sure that they're not going to sound better than my Stanley plastic handle.
Okay.
This is the one. This is the one you want. And then if you can learn to condition it the right way, this is your player. You
there
know,
you go.
I spent a bunch of money on eBay. I got them right here. I bought. Oh, can you call up those pictures that I sent you? Because I
can't. I don't have them as a source on OBS, Albert. I'm sorry.
Oh,
but will there be a way you could put them up in your community posts on your channel?
That first set of pictures I sent you yesterday, is that what you're talking about? You can't get those?
No, I don't have them linked up in OBS as a source. But where would people be able to see? I
can put that all on my channel. It's no big deal.
Okay.
It's the thing is, with the picture of my saw haul, I bought like maybe 20 saws that I want to turn into players. And they all had the handles on them, and I set them up on my bed, and they were all laid out. But right now, I took the handles off of them because I'm going to have these all sandblasted.
Awesome.
But these are some of the models that I picked up.
Wow.
You know? They're mostly Stanleys, and they're mostly cross-cut, 8 teeth per inch. Okay, so that's actually a crucial factor, is that the finish saws of like 12 teeth or more, they just don't sound as good.
So the more teeth, the better.
No, the less teeth, the better.
Oh, the less teeth, the better. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
In fact, I bought one that's in this pile that was a 5.5 point per inch rip saw, and it came in a great shape, and I can tell it's going to be a player. So I'll get into it more on my channel about, you know, what to look for in a saw, but you definitely want the taper. Okay, see this taper? Like, I'm having trouble with the camera here.
There we go.
It gets pretty narrow at the end, and it gets pretty fat at the other end. And that's what you want. It's like the greatest taper that you can find, from fat at the end to really thin. And those are the ones that are going to sound the best, you know?
Right.
But there's others that might sound good also with a fatter tip, you know. And as we've kind of seen and heard, what you're going to get from saws that have the fatter tip is more of a lower range.
Good to know.
You'll get more sounds on the lower range. But okay, we heard Saw Lady. I guess it's time for us to hear the greatest production of saw playing ever. It's
All right.
this is a woman called H-R-A-N, and she's playing the saw with a guy playing the banjo called Tucker Brand, and they're both from the South.
Cool.
And this is just such an amazing duet. It's really my favorite song right now. So
all right.
Wait till you hear. Now she has a couple of solos, and when she gets into her solos, you're really going to see her dig deep into those high notes. It's just she really digs them out. It's she does, I think, 2 good solos in this, and especially at the end. So this is if somebody hears this song and doesn't appreciate the saw, then the saw ain't for you. You know, this is the best song you could find.
All right, let's take a listen. Find a banjo.
my watch chains, my friends know I dance in pack. I want 6 crap shooters, 4 pallbearers, a pretty girl gon' sing me a song. I want a jazz band on my horse wagon, gonna raise hell as we roll on. Won't you roll out your rubber tire wagon? Won't you roll out your rubber tire rag? 13 men going down to that graveyard, only 12 of them men coming back. Now that you've heard my story, have yourself a shot of the booze. And if anybody should ask, I got the St. James Infirmary blues.
Incredible performance. So much fun. Love it.
Yeah.
By the way, folks, this video is linked in the video description box. Let's go show the original creators some support, thumbs up, sub to the channel. Cool beans.
All right. Oh my goodness, that almost brings a tear to my eye sometimes. But that's what you could do with a saw, you know?
And more. I'm sure. And more. Especially in the electroacoustic realm. Oh my gosh. Imagine what you could do, you know, slap a piezo on it, plug it into a guitar pedal, into several guitar pedals, or pass it through a piece of software called Max, and oh my god, the
Well,
ceiling will
so
explode.
yeah, I've heard you mention that before, and I'm interested. You know, I think anybody that is beginning at the saw should just play the saw acoustically, you know. But if you happen to get good at it and you want to slap a piezo on there, I've seen a video where someone actually just glued a piezo right to the saw.
Oh wow. With
Yeah.
and I wonder, have you seen anyone out there add a resonator box to the saw?
No,
Hmm.
but there's a guy. I sent you an email of someone who I'd like you to link also in the description box, but it doesn't need to even happen today. Just, you know, like
I could do it
sometimes
after the live, not a problem.
yeah, like anytime after the live. But he's the guy that I actually learned how to play the 26-inch saw from. There's not a lot of good instructional video on how to play this 26-inch saw. Okay. You're going to run into people that are trying to get you to play it the wrong way, believe it or not.
Yikes.
Like, yeah, there's a right way and a wrong way. Why?
I'll get the video out of the way. Here we go.
So it has to do with how you hold the saw, right? Let's see where my tip is here. You're going to get instruction on holding it like this, where your thumb. I wish I could show it properly. Where your thumb is on the top, and you're grabbing the bottom like that, and that's like the main way that people are telling you how to do it. It's not the best. The best way is you grab it with these 3 fingers, and you hit it with your thumb. You hit it with your thumb here. I don't know if it's coming out right. Let me see if I can adjust the camera down. How do you hold this freaking thing? Like everything I do is backwards, so they want you to hold it like this. Most people that are telling you. and it's like it's so awkward, and it could easily lead to wrist injury.
Yeah.
Just your wrist is in an awkward position.
Yeah.
But if you come the other way and you put your three fingers on top
Mm.
and you put your thumb on the bottom, your wrist is in such a natural position. And this way, this is how I get that vibrato that you've heard. Is
Yes.
I
Yeah.
I wiggle these three fingers as I'm playing. I'll show you.
Are you going to produce tutorials as well? Playing tutorials, Albert?
Yes, definitely, because I have to show people that there's kind of a right way that people are doing it and a wrong way. And I'll just try to show you the vibrato.
All right.
It's so much easier to get the vibrato when you hold it the right way.
Aha. Nice.
I'm
That
just
does seem
wiggling,
easier. Yeah.
just wiggling that with these three fingers. See how I'm bending that saw?
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm just making vibrato.
Very
Here's
good.
without the vibrato. And here's with it. Right? So it's just a totally better technique to use with the three fingers on top and the thumb on the bottom. It's more natural, and you can more easily get vibrato. You know?
Albert, Mike Gorley just joined the chat and the live. He said that
Hey.
you wanted to chat with him.
Oh yeah, where's Mike?
Mike's in the chat.
Let's check it out. Hey, there he is. Hey, guess what, Mike? There's a few people like. Here's how I'm running my business, Liza, and everyone listening. I'll have saws for sale and bows for sale at some point. Well, I mean, if somebody wants to contact me, I'll produce a saw and a bow for you, no problem. And we'll discuss everything, prices, and I'll send you pictures and all that. But I'm giving away my first 5 saws. That's just how it's going to go down. I already gave one away to you, Dr. Liza. It's in the mail, and
Looking forward to it.
in a couple of days. I think Mike Gorley needs a saw. I'm going to send him one.
Cool beans, Mike.
If you're live in the chat, you're getting a saw. Because, I don't know, you have like 18 flutes from the Flute Wizard, and you do all kinds of crazy stuff with all your different instruments. I think you need to be playing a saw, or at least find out if you like to or not. And then you can use the bow for other things. You know, you can hit the bow to other instruments. And I haven't seen the Flute Wizard show up, but I'm thinking he needs a saw too. You know, I don't know. I want to put the saw out there for a few people that could possibly do good things with it and could actually promote it. You know, like say, hey, look, this guy sent me a saw. Check it out. Here's what it can do. There's another gentleman at work that I have to give a saw to for his family. It's pretty crazy. He works like right near me in the plant. And one day I brought the saw in, and I was just kind of showing it off to people and playing some tunes and this and that. And his son was really interested in what was going on.
Cool.
And his son actually helped me a lot on my machine. So I just spur of the moment said, hey, you know, I can put together a saw for you if you're that interested, you know, with a bow. But then I get talking to his father, and there was a father and son team that worked at the same place. And so his father was telling me about his father. Okay, now we got the grandfather involved. Now the grandfather had a workshop, right? And at some point, this gentleman went to reach for a saw to cut something. And the grandfather said, oh, no, you can't use that one. That one's for playing. right?
He's like, playing what?
Yeah, you know what do you mean? And so it turns out where the father was a musical saw player, the grandfather of
Wow.
basically the father of this guy that I work with who has a son also. But anyway, you get it. And so he was like, no, you can't. That's for playing. He didn't actually hit it with a bow. This grandfather, he used a hammer, and you can do the same thing. You can make the notes come through by hitting them in the right spot where those two curves meet, which I haven't really explained, but you can play the saw using like kind of a hammer.
Like
It
a
could be
percussion. Okay, so
right,
it's also a
right,
percussion instrument. Interesting.
right. It is, and so so this gentleman at work with his son have already been exposed to the musical saw, and so his son was so enthusiastic about it when I was playing it, and I just said, you know what, you need a family saw. I'm gonna go ahead and produce one. So that's why I think, like, just for me, if I'm starting like this, we'll call it a business or what, but basically I'm trying to get the saw out there for people to recognize, to know that it's there, explore it if you like or what. And so I'm giving the first few away, and I'd be pleased if I can get some feedback from you. From Mike Gorley's going to get a saw, and if I can contact the flute wizard, I'm thinking about sending him one too. But I don't want people to be like, well, how come I don't get one? I was just looking for like the three most influential people, on your channel. The first most influential would obviously be you, and then you can share the saw with Dr. Lawrence, right? You guys can pretty much.
Well, I'm honored. We're both honored to receive such an amazing gift, Albert. And surely, we'll explore it and share our discoveries on our channel. So we look forward to doing that.
Yeah, so I'm glad Mike showed up, because now I'm going to send you an email and I'm going to get you.
Oh, you got to look at the chat, Albert. I'm not going to read it out loud, but it's up to you. It's up to you.
Like, now I feel bad that Liza doesn't get one. I should probably send her one too. She was the most enthusiastic about, like, oh, I can't wait to hear your, like.
We got see, that's the thing with giveaways. We got a few enthusiastic people in the chat, and I know as a man, sometimes and it's not so much about putting in the time for building, but man, the shipping costs these days to get things out to people is astronomical, and
I know.
I
know.
And so it's
luckily
tough.
I have a good job now. Like, I've been poor for a long time, and I did some bartering for a while for a place to stay. But now I'm just paying the rent, and I have a decent job. And really, my attitude is like, before I start trying to make money from doing this, I want to get some saws out there. You know what I mean? I want people to have them and not have to buy them. People that are in this, realm, like you're out there providing content for people, about funky sounds you can make with different things. So you should have a saw, and Mike Gorley should have a saw, and the flute wizard should have a saw, and then after that, I'll worry about selling saws. I might not even ever turn a profit from this. And to be honest, I don't care. I just want more people to know that the saw is out there and to explore it.
Well,
I'll make some sales. I will. Like, maybe people will want to buy bows even and get their own saw.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to know what you think of the bow, because you're gonna have your own cello bow, or what do you have, a violin bow or a cello bow?
I have a violin bow.
Okay, so you're gonna have your violin bow, and you're gonna hit your new saw, right? We try the violin bow and see how it sounds, and then try one of the bows I sent you. I sent you a
All right.
long version and a regular size version.
Cool. Thank
And
you.
then hit those two. You don't have a cello then, right? Or
I don't have a cello. What you saw in the video was just a cigar box guitar that I was
oh no,
borrowing.
hit them to your leg pedals. You have.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry. In the last few days, I haven't been able to keep up with your videos and make any comments.
It's almost ready. It's almost ready. So.
Oh, so have you tested it out with your violin bow?
Not yet. I haven't strung it up yet, Albert, because I discovered a weird acoustic phenomenon about this fiddle. And so I did some digging, which included some quick AI research, and I went down a rabbit hole, and there will be a video produced about what I discovered, but then after that, I plan to install the strings and hit it with some bows. So
Yeah. Well,
that's the
in an
plan.
ideal world, your package should arrive on Tuesday.
Alrighty.
And
Well, no
you'll
worries.
have-
No
You'll have,
worries.
you'll have a couple of bows to try out.
Cool. Wow.
They'll actually sound the same.
Amazing.
One's longer than the other, and
Well,
I'd like to
bring
know your opinion of how it sounds when hit to a saw and when hit to a leg fiddle.
Sure.
You know, compared to the violin bow.
Sure.
You know?
I'd be happy to produce a comparison video. That actually would be a lot of fun to compare and contrast. I'm gonna bring Lawrence on board because I'm sure he has tons of questions. He wants to pick your brain. And so here we go. Oh, he's like, not yet, not yet. Okay. He's not ready to come on yet. So
Okay.
I hear him from the next room.
Let's check the chat, see how we're doing.
Yeah.
Wow, I like the nice active chat.
Yes. So, yeah, we got Kevin. Me too.
Liza's saying, that's all right. You don't have to send me a saw. Now I feel bad. I don't care how much it costs to send to the UK. I don't care.
My goodness.
Kevin wants one too. Yeah.
You got a lot of fans in the chat. So there we go.
Well, you know what I'll do then? Here's what I want to do. Like I've already, because it's going to take me a while to produce these anyway. You know, Mike Gorley's getting a saw. That's just all there is to it. And then I want to give one away to a random viewer. All right, but you got to. I don't even think it's possible for someone to get the right answer. I wanted to approach that topic that we talked about in our practice session, where like I read the cards, you know. A deck
okay.
of
So
plays.
the winner you will reward the winner. Okay.
Well, the problem is no one's gonna get the right answer.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, Albert.
So anyway, what I do is I take a regular deck of poker cards, right? 52 cards or 53, 54 with the jokers. And I'm able to use them as tarot cards, you know. You leave out the major arcana is just the minors, right? And the minors are like more relevant to your normal life anyway. The major arcana in the tarot is like, it's a lot of theoretical stuff. It's spiritual, it's theoretical. It doesn't actually pertain to your current situation, you know. It does. And there's way for me to do readings where the major cards will come out, even though there's only 52 cards here. It depends on the layout and if certain cards come up in a certain order, two separate cards that are linked, and I can figure out which major card. But, you know, it's a lot of theory. But basically, what I want to know is if anybody can figure out, all right, I'm going to give you my interpretation of what the four suits stand for, okay? Because you have to have your own correspondences, right? What each card corresponds to. So the clubs, okay? That's spirit. Where is it?
Oh, a little bit of, there we go.
Okay, that's spirit. Okay, and that goes at the top. If you're forming like a triangle of 4 items, the spirit goes at the top. Okay, and then you got your diamonds. Okay, now that's going to be materialism. Okay, and that's going to be kind of at the bottom. So now if you can imagine one card up here and one card down here, spirit up on top, materialism down at the bottom. Now you got your other 2 suits, hearts and spades, are on the side. Okay, so there's your diamond shape. All right, the top is spirit, the bottom is materialism, and then your 2 on the sides. Okay, so those are hearts and spades. All right, now hearts happen to stand for love. Okay, so now you got spirit, love, and materialism. Now, what's the other side? Right, hearts and spades. Hearts is love. What's spades? Okay, so you have spirit, love, and materialism. Okay, now the 2 on the sides, they kind of go together. Love and what? What is that? What I want to know, if somebody can tell me what the spades stand for. Okay, it's one word, right? Remember, the other 3 words are spirit, love, and materialism. What do the spades stand for? Now, that took me about, from when I started getting into the cards and you know, exploring my own spirituality, it took me about 5 years to figure out what that word is that the spades stand for. And so if anybody can guess it, and you get 5 tries, okay, send me an email or put it in the chat right now. If somebody puts it in the chat, you're getting a saw. All right,
Put it in the chat, folks. Give it a shot.
and a bow. Take a guess at what the spades correspond to. Remember, the clubs are spirit, the hearts are love, the diamonds are materialism. What do the spades stand for? And if somebody can get it, then you get a saw. I personally don't think it took me 5 years, and I'll tell you right now, I'm kind of a cherry picker in terms of information where I get it from, right? Like I explore all different religions, all different ways of thought, and I kind of take the best things or what pertains to me the most, you know, and I will give you a clue on how to figure out what that word is that the spades correspond to. Is that I stumbled upon to that notion in a church, in a Protestant, Reformed Protestant church. I was doing like a Bible study on Wednesday night, and it was in the Bible, and it was love on one side, and the other word was on the other side of the page. That's more information than I really should have provided, because now you might get it. But I want someone to get it. But
Kevin has a guess in the chat.
All right, what's the guess? No, close. Mind would be more like spirit. Mind and spirit are actually, in some schools of thought, the same thing. Like, for instance, in German, the word Geist. The word Geist means mind and spirit in that language. That was a good guess. It's love and what? You know, love and oh, it took me so long to come up with it. I don't know. I'll tell you what, if anybody wants to send me 5 guesses in an email, okay, you get up to 5 choices.
In the video description box, folks.
Send me an email if you send me 5 words that you think it might be, what the spades stand for. Now the point is, once you know, or once you have your own notion of what all of the suits stand for, then when they come up in a reading, it just depends on which number comes up. Like you have your own separate correspondence for each 2, each 5, each 7, that come up, what they mean. And then of course, if one of the picture cards come up, you have your own notion of what that stands for too. And basically what I do is I don't try to foretell the future or predict things.
Right.
Okay. I think that could be dangerous, and like you got to watch what you're doing.
Right.
Okay. But all I do is I lay the cards out in a certain pattern, and to me that tells a story, right? And then I just repeat the story.
Right.
Basically. And then so if that pertains to someone's life, great. Maybe it pertains to someone else's life that they know, or to their life in the future, And so it's just a fun little exercise. I thought I'd bring it up. Part of my, just one of my interests is the cards. And of course I'm very spiritual. I consider myself a stoic. Okay. I don't know if some of your people are familiar with the Hellenistic. We're going back to like before the 1st century, and then like my main stoic is Epictetus. He was a former slave. He was born into slavery, and then his master realized that he had so much brain power that he should allow this person to be in the library and to study and learn. And then he was unenslaved and then became a Stoic philosopher.
Wow. Incredible story. Wow.
The Stoics basically let everything roll off them. Like whatever happens, it's like, okay, that's the way it was supposed to be, and then even when, let's say, bad things happen to you, that becomes a way to show your inner strength, to show the world how you can handle things that might not go the way you plan,
Right.
There's no such thing as a bad event, really. And the Stoics, they don't hold on to material things. They don't value anything too highly that can be taken away from them.
Right.
Okay. And that includes, I hate to say it, but human lives. Don't get me wrong. You value all human life.
Sure.
But at any moment, a person can be taken away from you, and you have to live with your memories that you had and, what you've done together. And that's it. You have to get on with it.
Right.
It's
Right.
tough.
It
It's
is.
tough. So like bad things happen. Your car gets stolen, whatever, a Stoic would let that roll right off of them. I'll get another car,
Right.
like things that are not easy to deal with. That's my personal philosophy. And then just, I guess, lastly, about my own personal beliefs, I'm unmarried. I spent maybe too many years in a bar room or whatever, and I didn't really lead the right lifestyle to create a family and all that. And so, you could even call me lonely or whatever. I had no regrets. That's just the way it went down, and I just wanted to say, like, for someone like me with no real, like, okay, why get out of bed? Well, for what? And it's to please God. That's why, like I want to do good things, and I want to share joy with people, And so one way of pleasing God is just to get up and do a good job at work. That's one way you can do it. But like, be helpful to people. Be nice.
Yes. Oh my God.
Create a good atmosphere around you.
Mhm.
I don't know. So even though I'm lonely and I never had a family, and I'm just kind of out there solo in the ghetto in Syracuse, like, I'm grateful every day that I can get out of bed. You know, it's really a big deal, you know, that I'm healthy. And
Absolutely.
I think I got a good head on my shoulders. And, you know, now I'm into this venture where I'm trying to spread joy through music, you know,
And you
and
are.
you're helping me do that.
It's my
And
pleasure.
it's great, you know, and I just kind of wanted to let you and your audience know where I'm at with that kind of stuff, you know.
Well, you got a lot of comments in the chat, my friend.
Let's see what we have to say. People have to say. Oh, Mike Gorley's familiar with the tarot. Oh, he likes the runes. Yeah, that's the Icelandic way of receiving messages from the ghost. The
Yeah.
guys. I love my ghost. I'll tell you what. Like, I'm a believer in Jesus is the Son of God. You know, heck yeah. And I'm a big believer in God, of course. And I think one of the forgotten aspects of the Trinity is the ghost. Like, where does the ghost come in? You know, they're Geist. And I just mentioned how in German, Geist means spirit and mind, right? And so the ghost to me is important. So now you're familiar with Goosebumps, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, those are ghost bumps. I hate to tell you. Yeah, I've never heard anyone say that except me. And, you know, it's part of my research. Like, you receive messages from the ghost, you know. You ever get like the shake? Like, all of a sudden, you just freaking shake for some reason.
Yeah.
And then like right after that, you have a great idea. Well, guess what? It's got a message from the ghost, you know. And so I don't know. I pay quite a bit of attention to that.
I do believe that real artists are open to downloads from the creator.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it, you know. And so I don't know. I just thought I'd talk about some of my personal beliefs. We talked about the saw. Oh, I wanted to show you my my shovel caster if I can.
Yes, please. We got a shovel caster here.
It's right here.
Cool beans.
That's a shovel guitar.
So you're gonna have a hardware band, Albert. That would be cool if you put together a hardware band.
Right. So check out the shovel caster. These are available on eBay for like $250, and it's obviously a slider, right? And I know that you're the slider queen.
I love slide. Yes.
Yeah. So those strings are about an inch above the neck.
Nice.
You ain't playing that with nothing but a slide.
Yep.
So let's just see if I can play something. I don't know.
Let's do it.
I got a lesson from Uncle Mark. He's a YouTuber.
Yes, I know.
Uncle Mark.
I know
Uncle Mark's cigar box guitar tutorials or lessons or something like that. So anyway, I use copper.
Nice.
I kind of like it. And then I also got into producing these glass ones.
Ooh.
Which I kind of like.
Cool.
Now that one needs to be kind of sanded down. Why do I have so much trouble with this?
It's the camera reverse thing. The little annoying. Yeah.
It needs to be sanded down and whatever, but I think the glass slides are probably even a little better than the copper because the copper over time can get dented or scratched up or whatever. So the glass might be the best, but I know the ones that you produce, and then you bought that one fancy one from that gentleman who sent you like a professional. That thing looked awesome.
It does, and actually I have an unboxing about that. So I'm gonna get to it, but yeah, I'm excited to share more things that he sent me. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see if I can find a pick here quick.
Go for it. No worries.
All right. But keep in mind, I consider myself a collector of left-handed stringed instruments. I'm not a player. Sometimes I just get enjoyment out of buying them and looking at them. No,
And
I
that's
don't think,
totally fine. Whatever
no,
inspires you.
don't take that completely seriously. I'm basically trying to explain the fact that I procrastinate on practicing. But anyway, let's see if I got anything here. Is my amp up high enough? Probably not.
You could turn it up a little more. All right. There we go.
So I do have it tuned anyway, open G.
Cool.
And I wish I didn't have to use a pick. I don't really like these things.
I don't like a pick either.
So Uncle Mark taught me how to play In My Time of Dying, Led Zeppelin.
Cool. Do we got
Anyway,
a magnetic
you can see
pickup
how
on that, Albert?
You can see how it's possible to play a Led Zeppelin tune on this if I knew what I were doing.
Cool.
But that's further down the road. I actually have, believe it or not, here's how my musical career started. I found a what do you call them? The nylon string, a classical guitar, like out to the garbage one night.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, it was sitting against a tree, and the bridge was off it. It was unglued, but they stuffed it in the sound hole with the strings attached, so the bridge was still there. So all I did was I took it to a place that repairs guitars, and they glued the bridge back on. They flipped it around lefty for me so I could play lefty, and there was a small crack in the top, and they repaired that, and it cost me like $90. And so I got this lovely, it went for $800 new.
Wow, what a find!
It's a Godin, Godin from Canada. Anyway, it was a nice guitar, so I had that, and I started fiddling around with it, and then the neck is so big and thick. Right. And then they wanted me to do like bar chords. Like, no, I don't think so. So I basically just put that back in the case, and I bought a case for it, and put that aside. And I decided, all right, let me start with a 3-string cigar box. And so that's where I kind of got into it. And I bought kind of a crappy one. It don't sound that great. And I decided to get the shovel caster that you just saw. And then I found this website called Crappy Guitars with a K.
Yes.
And they make basically 2-string basses a lot, and they'll make other custom instruments. They have like a 12-string touch style that they do for $1,000.
Yeah, their stuff is not crappy.
It's not.
It's not crappy.
No. And so I bought a 2-string bass, and then so what I wanted to know from some of your builders is if it's possible, what I want, another instrument that I'll just basically buy and not play. But no, I'm just joking. But what I want is, if you're familiar with Mark Sandman of Morphine, right? That was a band going back a few years. Mr. Sandman is not with us anymore. Rest in peace. But he played the 2-string bass, And so that's kind of why I bought one of those. I don't even have it tuned yet, and I've had it for like a few months. But I got into his music, Morphine, and then he did an interview of his very special guitar, which isn't really a guitar, but it's 3 strings, but the top string is a bass string. A
Hmm.
real, thick, heavy bass string, and then the other two are guitar strings.
Interesting.
Right? And I was wondering if it would be possible that, like, that's his favorite guitar, and so I was wondering if it'd be possible to produce something like that, like without truss rod, like if just a really thick, heavy
Hmm.
oak or maple
Well,
or something neck.
Liesel in the chat can definitely answer that question. Liesel, are you still here? If if I am not mistaken, Liesel has built a cigar box bass without a truss, but she did use, if I'm remembering everything correctly. Liesel says yes. Give us some downloads, Liesel.
So
Yeah,
Liesel could make something like that.
yeah. Now your neck, the neck that you used for the 2-string bass, Liesel, was it oak? She says, yeah. Add an oak fingerboard. Yeah. So yeah, it was an oak neck, no truss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No truss rod. Okay, that's the
Mm-hmm.
key.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find that 2-string bass. I can't even find it.
Take your time, no worries.
Oh, it's over there. Hold on. It's pretty cool looking.
Go for it.
Crappy guitar.
Okay. She says thick neck and oak fingerboard. Good to know. Oop.
So here's the crappy bass.
Uh-huh. That is a beautiful instrument.
Yeah, it's really well produced.
Yeah.
So 2-string bass. I don't know anything about the bass, but
That's gorgeous.
it really came out great.
Yeah.
They do not produce crappy stuff. If you go to their website, their manifesto is freaking hilarious. Like they're basically like customer service. I don't think so. Don't even bother calling.
No.
Like and and if you want something that's like poorly made from found materials with no regard for safety or sound clarity. It's like they're totally downplaying their instruments, but they come out like they're actually really cool and they sound great.
I
So,
have a sense of humor. I appreciate that.
they do. So I don't know. That's my musical journey. I'm mostly into the saw. Uh, I think I should, at this point, probably start learning how to play some songs on the saw. I've only been at it for 8 years, and I don't know any. But my first one is going to be Spanish tune, "Canta No Llores," right?
Oh,
You know
yes, yes.
that's a great song. It's
Cielito lindo.
in English it means sing, don't cry, right?
Yes.
"Canta No Llores."
Mm-hmm. That's right.
See, I could almost do it. Like I almost know where the notes are, like where the B is or the
Right.
C or and then I can get the tablature, right? And then you can kind of see where, if you have to go up 2 notes, then you just kind of bend it a little more. And I don't know, it's a muscle memory, and you end up kind of figuring out where the sounds are,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
Just my problem is I just don't practice enough, and I get sidetracked with other things, and I got 100 things going on, and like I don't spend enough time focusing on one thing.
Well, you got to go where creativity is for you, and yeah,
Yeah,
we've talked about this with other creators on my live. And it's like, well, I love building them. I don't play them so much, but I love building them, and I'm like, you shouldn't feel pressured to do anything. Go where creativity wants to take you, because that's where your best work is going
right.
to be. But the moment it shifts, and you get into playing, then that's where That's where your best products are going to come out at the time. So no pressure, you know?
Yeah, I feel bad. Like I don't have any regrets at all in my life. I don't. There's no room in my life for regret. But you know, like you would think, being so much into music like I am, I would kind of try to learn how to play a couple of things. I don't know. I don't, I don't know what's holding me back there.
It's
You know,
okay to be more
it,
of a maker than a player. And as you said before, you're creating instruments that other people are going to rock on. And so,
that's
um,
my main goal. Like, you know, nobody's gonna watch my videos and say, "Wow, that guy plays so great on that saw." Like, that's not gonna be it.
but his saws
But
are great.
I'm gonna expose the saw to people and show other people that can play
Hmm.
very well. And uh, I really want to inspire someone. I want someone to, you know, to take what I'm given and run with it. You know, I want more than one person to do that. I want a bunch of people to just like all of a sudden the saw is cool. But you know what? Like I don't know if people are going to really be bringing the saw everywhere with them and playing it every day. But what a cool thing to have like in your workshop. You
Hmm.
know, like if you just have a musical saw hanging up on a nail, right, and then a couple of people hanging around, maybe drinking a beer or whatever, and you just pull that thing off the wall and start making noise with it. You know, like that's a cool thing
It
to
is a
have
cool thing.
in your arsenal. So I don't know, but I I think we've gone over just about everything I wanted to talk about. I got more things to share with people on my channel.
All
You know,
right.
I hope it takes off. I got a couple of subscribers now, and you know, like I said, I'm not trying to get rich from this venture, but I think there's a spot for me in the YouTube realm,
Of
like
course there is.
because there's no one in that spot right now. Like I don't see anybody really promoting the saw.
Of
You
course
know,
there's a place for you. And with YouTube, um, don't get down on yourself when your first videos don't get many views. The more videos that you post, the more the algorithm will start to dish out your videos. It takes time, but I think it's a journey worth taking because, you know, you're
well, you
you
know what? I'm going to explore the shorts a lot because on my previous channel, like I had a YouTube channel that was just uh, basically an extension of my email address. I would make videos for people instead of sending them a long email. I would just make a 5 minute video.
cool.
And so I have a channel like that. It's called Now Open for Lunch, and I put up a shorts video of me like not even showing people how to condition a saw, but like, okay, I'm gonna make videos about me conditioning a saw. So if you want to see that, like I'm gonna take this saw that I bought on eBay and make it into a player. So if you want to see how to do that, then watch my channel. And I got like 500 views on that.
Yeah.
You know,
Shorts are
like
great for mileage. They're
what
great for
500
that.
people are watching that video? Like,
Yep.
what are their names? I couldn't believe it, you know?
Awesome.
And so once I get a little traction going with my new channel, Musical Saw Now,
And you
you
will.
know, and then there's actually, I bought a website, you know,
Cool.
uh, that I can feature with the same name, you know, but there's nothing on it yet, so I won't even have you link to it or what. But in the future, there's musicalsawnow.com
Cool.
out there. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
it's bought. You know, nobody else can buy it. I have it, right? And there's also musicalsaw.now, right?
Hmm.
You can have a dot now extension,
Wow.
right? Like you could be Psycheopera.now if you wanted to.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
So I bought musicalsawnow.com. I bought musicalsaw.now. And for the ladies, I bought musicalsaw.love.
Oh,
You know,
cool.
why not?
That's cool.
Yeah. You could buy the .love extension. You
Cool
could have
beans.
you could have psycheopera.love if you wanted. But anyway,
Interesting that.
yeah, yeah. So, wow, I'm kind of overwhelmed by all of that. Oh, that was so great that I was able to come on your show. And we got some people in the chat. That's really
Yeah.
cool. Mike showed up, and Lisa was very supportive even before the stream even began. I think I might have to send Lisa at least a bow anyway,
Ah, cool
because
beans.
she was interested in making one. And then we didn't see the flute wizard today, but he's probably busy. And I really want to keep up with him too because there's a thing called the Scottish flute. I have to ask him about it. I have some Scottish blood and
Interesting.
something to do with the Scottish flute. And then I also wanted something, like those deeper bass flutes that he has, those long ones.
Yes.
It seems like there's something, according to my brother. Okay, we're related directly. What's the right way to put it?
Mike
We have a
Gorley
direct,
sent you the Flute Wizard's email address, by the way.
yeah. I got to
Awesome.
get a hold of him. But anyway, supposedly our bloodline is we're direct descendants of Herman the German.
Hmm.
He's another first century character that lived, and he was a general in the Roman army. Believe it or not, like those two camps were at odds.
Yeah.
The German Empire and the Roman Empire. But like he was born into nobility and he became a general in the Roman Empire. And so anyway, he found out that the Romans were planning on raiding a village right near where he grew up. And so he took a leave of absence from the Roman army and he went back to Germany or Germania. And he warned all the people that this was going to happen. And
Wow.
I mean, I don't want to get into warfare and all that, but what happened was like 20,000 Romans went into the woods and none of them came out, basically. And so it was their worst defeat ever. And it was at the hands of a guy called Herman the German, who were supposed to be direct descendants of, my brother says. So anyway, what I was looking for is like some kind of an instrument that you could, like you're calling the whole town. You know what I mean? Like you want something super loud, right? And it resonates through the whole village or whatever. I don't know. That's the way I could picture.
Kind of
Herman.
like the big trumpet from the Two Towers from Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings.
Oh, well, no, I'm not familiar with that, but I think you get the idea. Like something where everybody can hear it, you know, for miles around.
Cool
and
beans.
then something to do with a Scottish flute, but I'll get in touch with the flute wizard. I was really impressed with his you had him on twice.
Yeah.
And he was on earworms too. I made that stream. I can't always make the earworm stream. Actually, most of the time I have to sleep at that point.
No worries. Lawrence leaves up the stream so you could catch the replays anytime, Albert. We leave our streams up on YouTube. So
yeah, most of them are pretty cool. Electronica, you're a good team, the two of you. You're both into music, and he's more into the just totally like the Star Wars theme songs and all that, and electronica, and you're more into building and creating musical instruments now. And it's a nice team you got going on.
Well, thank you. Yeah. We hope to at some point collaborate on some music together. But again, one project at a time. Sometimes
who's gonna get to 50K faster, you or him?
Well, I'm kidding. Doesn't matter. It'll be benefiting the same household. So whichever gets there first, whatever. We help each other out. We're not in competition with each other. So
anyway, if we're kind of wrapping it up, we missed out on talking about homesteading, but I just wanted to let your audience know I'm really on board with your whole movement that you're doing.
Thank you.
You're totally into it. You don't have chickens yet, though, right?
I don't plan to have chickens. I'll let you know why. Lawrence and I don't like the way that other people are treating their homesteads, in that they are leveling the forest on it, all of it, and basically all the wildlife has, and we have amazing wildlife in our area, have no place to go. So there's some manicured areas of our homestead, and then there's some wild areas on our homestead. And it's not very, we don't have a huge homestead. We only have 5.5 acres. A lot of it is kept wild so that the foxes and the coyotes and other things have place to go. And you know what? They don't bother us. I've seen them run across our property. But the thing is,
I can see where you're going with this. All you need is a fence.
I don't know, Albert. I'd be so distraught to lose chickens to coyotes and stuff. But we
It's a
do
part
have,
of life, Dr. Liza. I went through it. I was on a homestead for 6 months where I was bartering, and I was in charge of 30 chickens. And one day we only had 18 chickens, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not pleasant.
I know
Okay?
it's not. I know it's
But
not.
it's part of life, you know, and it got us to it reinforced the coop better, you
Right.
know, and really all you need is a fence. And then what people do actually also is they put up netting. So you don't want a huge run that's like 50 feet, 50
Right.
yards wide.
Right.
You
Something
want a run
unmanageable.
that's more narrow, so you can actually put up netting over the top, so birds can't, like hawks can't come
Yeah.
flying down and grab
Yeah.
your chicken. You know, just something to think about. Chickens aren't for everybody. I want to do chickens and quail, you know,
Interesting.
and because quail are a little more extravagant and a little more what do you call it? You know,
Tasty.
yeah, they're more fancy or whatever. And so my plan is, I live in the ghetto of Syracuse right now. I'm in actually one of the worst neighborhoods in Syracuse, and it's just the way it goes. I pay $600 a month.
My goodness.
I rent a room. I get 2 rooms,
Okay.
and but I want to leave Syracuse at some point. I'm gonna keep working at my job as long as they'll have me. I like it there, and they like me there. So what I want to do is kind of move maybe 20 miles outside of Syracuse, or 15 miles, whatever, however close I can still be, but to be in kind of a country setting where I could have my chickens, you know, with my roosters. You gotta have the roosters.
Right.
You know?
To protect the chickens. We have a lot of neighbors that do keep chickens, and again, got to do some networking to be able to trade with more people locally. But I think for now we're gonna stick with plants and things, and just be able to barter with our neighbors who,
Yeah.
raise
Hey,
chickens.
if you need chicken meat or whatever, or eggs, then there's neighbors that have that
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
could barter with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a
And
lot
then
of
maybe
people, a lot of people around us.
that's really the key to, like, you know, as after 2020, the events that went down, like people started thinking, hey, maybe I should like leave the city and move out to the country. And there's been a big, kind of a surge in that attitude, and it's great. And the key to doing that is that you can't just plant yourself somewhere in the country out by yourself solo, with just your family. You have to network. You
Yeah.
have to get a group of people around you. Everybody's good at something. Everybody's got something to offer, and you create a community
Exactly.
of
Exactly.
people that help each other. And that's what it's all about. And so that
Yes.
I want to get involved with that. Right now, I'm gonna stick in the ghetto. I have to get some wheels on the road. I don't even have a vehicle on the road right now. I just got this nice job a few months ago, and so my life is looking up. And I'll get a vehicle on the road. I'll move out into a country setting. I'll get some chickens. I'll make some I'll build some saws for people with some bows, and maybe I'll get into CBG building.
Yeah, why
Like
not? Why not?
well, I actually bought a few of your
Yeah.
cigar boxes,
I
as you
look
know.
forward
Like
to see what you build with those. Yeah.
those are still in boxes, like to be unboxed on my channel. I want to. My channel's not going to, even though it's called Musical Saw now, it's going to feature, cigar box stuff and other things too.
Yeah.
And I want to just kind of do. I think that would make a nice shorts video, just an unboxing of some cigar box that you sent me.
Awesome.
With the F holes or whatever. And so those are waiting to be done. And I actually bought a neck from CB Giddy, a nice. I almost went for the walnut neck, but I went for the sapelli instead, which seems to be like less well known than
Yeah,
other.
I've not ever worked with sapelli.
Sapelli is actually harder,
Hmm.
more dense than walnut and easier to work with. Believe it or not, it has both characteristics.
That's interesting.
So, I'm a builder. I'm like an experimenter, like I can build stuff. I have some tools and I'm going to buy more. So, we'll get into different things besides the saw. But for right now, I bought a bunch of saw blades. Here's the box. Freaking saw blades I got.
Wow.
There's like 20 of them here.
You are ready to go, my friend.
And I got a bunch of handles that I'm going to retrofit onto these blades after I get these blades sandblasted,
Right.
of course. And then so that's my gig. But hey, I really appreciate you letting me explain everything and go into detail and all that. That was great.
It's my pleasure. My pleasure. I wanted to. Are you? Yes. Let me bring on Lawrence. Were you having technical difficulties?
No, because it was taking so long, I decided to multitask, and I started something
Multitasking.
where I have a little opportunity for work, and then of course, all
Okay,
the
I see.
dancing around you have to do with that, and verification codes twice, and crap.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Did you have any questions for Albert?
No, this is a good overall discussion, and man, yeah, I mean, it's not just the homesteading. I mean, there's something coming, man. The privacy stuff, I mean, we don't have privacy anymore. And
Things to consider.
yeah, and there's stuff coming. You can tell. Well, we're supposed to own nothing by 2030, so. And,
Yeah, interesting that. I wonder how they're going to enforce that.
well, we already don't really. I mean, you have to pay property taxes, so you're pretty
That's
much
true.
renting your house or your
That's
land.
true. That's true.
I just
And
like to say in that regard that when some of the goofy events went down a few years ago or whatever, my life did not change one bit. I didn't do anything differently than I normally did.
Respect to you, my friend. Respect.
It was the same as it always was. Like to me, because I don't watch the news either, and I don't keep
worth it. No.
All right, so it's like to me, it was completely the same as it always was. I just did everything exactly the same. 3 times I placed an item over my mouth. 3 times.
yeah, that was just amazing how many people just totally went along with that, forget logic, and they're willing to trash other people because of the insanity that they decided to adopt.
I always say,
Well, I mean-
you do you. If you feel that doing certain things is going to protect you, but do not impose things on other people. Just let people do what they want. And if you're afraid to go somewhere, don't go there. But don't stop other people from living their lives the way they want to.
I think
I
my
say
point-
live and let live is what I
I
believe.
think my point is that if it's true that what Dr. Lawrence just said, that there's something coming, let's say, whatever,
Hmm.
don't let it change you. Don't let it change your life.
Don't let
it doesn't
fear
change
take
me.
over your life. Yeah.
You know, that's my
Yeah.
point. It didn't change me at all. Like I laughed at people. You know, I made a couple of snide remarks, but really I kind of kept to myself. I didn't really insult people for being the way they were. I just kind of laughed it off, and I knew that certain people just didn't realize, let's say, what's actually going on, you know. And it's like,
Mhm.
so if they can't, if if people are going to just do what they're told, then like, how can you really get them to change? So, point is, I didn't do what I was told.
Respect.
I led my life
I
as
have I have sympathy and empathy for because I knew that everything was a fear response. And fear is a very powerful tool that the powers that be use to keep us ignorant and divided and fighting each other.
Oh
It's
yeah.
it's the reason why there's so many wars. It's the reason why there's so much discord between people these days. And
Yeah.
I just say people unplug from the news a bit.
You know,
And
when
and
you're not allowed to be hired for a job that is online and remote because you're not, that's a clue that
it
there's an
is
agenda there, folks.
for sure.
Sorry if I'm sounding a little bit pissed off now, but I just, if that stuff happens again, I mean,
Well, no anger towards anyone with a different opinion.
well, what if they want to wipe you out of existence because you don't wear a diaper on your face?
I
I'm
don't
sorry. I
I,
shouldn't say that. I'm sorry.
the
It's your
the thing
screen.
is, again, we have to have sympathy and empathy for people because it is 100% a fear response. And sometimes, having conversations helps to break people out of it. Sometimes it doesn't. But just know
Mhm.
that all of everything that happened and that could happen is not personal. And I understand where we're coming from, and I understand there may be a lot of people who don't agree with us, but
Oh yeah, and there's people that would like us to just not exist anymore because of it,
I would
and that's what I
say
mean.
I would
That's what
say
I
I
mean.
I don't think that that's the majority of
Oh no, maybe not the majority,
not
but
the majority, but I mean, sorry, I disappeared from the from the thing. Um,
no. And I just heard of another person that got the rapid cancer, and we know why.
yeah, you know, there's um, there's a
so you
lot.
mentioned Dr. Liza the word fear.
Yes, and we're going back to the yes. Okay, I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away.
So did you realize that? Do you know
That's
what the
yeah.
opposite of love is?
I know what it is. I
What is
know,
it?
but I don't want to give it away because it was the answer to your. Do you want?
No,
Do you want me to give it away?
no, it's not the answer.
Okay.
Because what I was getting at with the love and the missing word that I'm waiting for someone to come up with, those are not opposites.
Hmm.
Okay. It's love
Interesting.
and something else, but they're not
They're
opposites.
not
But now
opposites. Okay.
love does have an opposite force. Do you know what that force is?
It
Fear.
fear, I think.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it
Some
is.
people would
Yeah.
say hate or hatred, but it's fear,
It's
which
fear.
comes from hate. You know, hatred comes from fear.
Hatred comes from
So
fear. Fear is the core to hatred.
right.
Yeah.
And so what some people would say is being done by, let's say, some kind of higher group up there that runs a few things around the world is that they're trying to promote fear and hatred and arguing and being
Mm-hmm.
mad at each other and taking
Exactly.
sides
Taking
and red
sides.
versus blue and this versus this and
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins versus Steelers. And you got to be on one side or the other.
Exactly.
Well,
Hmm.
you don't necessarily. You could just live your life and not take sides all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think in some of those agendas, they want obedience, and you're not allowed to take a side. You know, there's a certain side you're not allowed to take.
Well,
And
the
that,
obedience part came
Yeah.
from placing that thing on your face. That's
Yeah.
their obedient. They wanted to see that people were obedient.
Yeah.
That people could go by the rules. These are the new rules, and we want you to be obedient, and we want you to place this thing over your mouth. And so it was a test of obedience. And then there was fear and hatred and everything else associated with all of that. And it all became one mess of just like everybody getting pissed off. But some of us, like me, just kind of went about my business as if nothing's happening. You know, and if things get bad again, that's what I recommend everybody do. Just lead your life.
Live your life without fear, and just spread love, and stay creative, because that's how you keep the connection with the creator.
And one good way to spread love is through music.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's why we're here.
Yes.
Right. So that's a great way to, kind of sum it all up, I think.
I think so. Well, sir, thank you so much for coming onto the live. It was a tremendous pleasure, and I look forward to unboxing your saw and your bows. You will see videos about them on my channel, my friend.
Hey, hold on a second, Dr. Liza.
Yes, sir.
Kevin Kraft says, I don't have a viable email for Albert.
What? It's not in the video description? Lawrence, can you check YouTube for me, please?
musicalsawnow@gmail.com.
Folks, I'm sorry if it's not in the video description. This is what I'm going to do. As soon as I get off here in the live, I'm going to add, if it's not there, I'm going to add Albert's email to the video description box for sure, so you could get a hold of him, okay? I'm so sorry, Albert. I thought I had all the links squared away. My apologies. I will go and...
Well, you have links there, but maybe just not the email.
Yeah, so I'll add, I'll put in your email there. So
yeah. And then Lisa, you can send me an email. We'll talk about a bow for you.
Cool.
Lisa.
All right. Kevin says,
Okay.
Mike said he had a big surprise for Liza to premiere here live. I did? Oh, Mike. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I know what he's talking about. We'll talk about that, Mike. We got to bring you back on. Okay. Cool beans. Alrighty. All right. So.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm just going to put my email in the chat.
Go for it. Go for it. And I will make sure to add it in the video description box, my friends. I'm so sorry for that oversight.
That's all right. Okay, so anybody wants to talk to me about anything to do with a saw or a bow or anything, please contact me.
All righty. All righty, folks. Albert, thank you for joining us today. And chat,
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin, Liesel, Mike, and the name at the beginning, that started with an M. Marinus, thank you so much for joining us live today. And I'll leave you with some diddly bow outro music. Here we go.